My 26 meters, girlfriend 23F is out her mind with insecurities and may have an eating disorder. How can I help her? Throwaway account, she knows about my main. Let me start by saying I hit the fucking jackpot. My girlfriend of a little over 2 years is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, when we go out it's rare that she doesn't receive compliments from strangers, and the staring from both men and women does not go unnoticed by me. She has the kind of beauty that you can't help but do a double take at. She has the perfect slender hourglass body, full eyebrows, clear skin, curly hair, and plump lips. She doesn't even own makeup aside from mascara and lip gloss complete package. She's effortlessly funny and can carry a conversation with anybody, and for some strange reason she picked me. This is why I'm about to have a stroke trying to wrap my head around what just happened. Recently we moved in together and last night I saw a side of her I didn't know existed. I came home from work, we ate dinner together as per usual, and she was telling me about her interview for a job she is dying to get. She is fresh out of university, is tomorrow, and that she's worried she will completely bomb it. Told her that she had it in the bag and not to stress too much about it. We went to bed, and I thought that was the end of it. Well, at around 1 AM, I wake to a loud noise and I notice my girlfriend is not in bed beside me, so naturally, I get up to check it out. I make my way to the kitchen where I see her picking up pieces of a broken bowl on the ground in front of the open refrigerator. At first I was just confused. I think I was going to go get a broom to help pick it up, but when she saw me she looked like a deer caught in the headlights. She dropped what was in her hands, burst into tears, and ran off past me into the bathroom. At this point, I'm even more confused and am very much still half asleep. Then I see the state that the kitchen is in. There is open food everywhere. I'm talking party-size bags of chips, a half-eaten package of Chips Ahoy, a zebra cake box and wrappers, granola bars, Pop-Tarts, rice cakes, and the trash was overflowing with the remnants of the takeout leftovers she had already eaten. It looked like a tornado had been through there. I realized my girl had consumed most of the fridge and pantry. That woke me right up. I enter the bathroom and there she is, sitting on the edge of the tub, crying hysterically like I've never seen before. If I'm being honest, it kind of scared me. I didn't know it was possible to be that upset. I sat next to her and just wrapped my arms around her, trying to calm her down, and eventually she gets to a state in which she can speak. She starts apologizing about the bowl, told me she was trying to make guacamole. She was sorry about how much she ate and that she would fix it. I'm telling her that everything's okay, don't worry, and she's going on about how nervous she is and that she won't fit into the outfit she had picked out for her interview. I'm spewing out every possible reassurance that I can, but it seemed like she couldn't even hear me. She had stopped crying and was just staring blankly at her lap in silence. She had completely checked out, so now I'm on my knees in front of her trying to get her attention when she finally looks me in my eyes and says I hate myself before standing up, getting into bed, and pulling the covers up over her. This threw me for a loop and I sat on the bathroom floor in complete shock. I couldn't believe what I'd just heard. I still can't. She is one of the most confident women I've ever met. She said she hates herself and it sounded like she really meant it. She looked defeated and angry and I don't know how to help her. I eventually followed her into bed and tried to comfort her, but she told me not to touch her and that she was disgusting and didn't deserve to be touched. That fucking broke me, so there I was crying and staring at her back trying to figure out who the woman lying in my bed was. She fell asleep eventually, I did not. I've been up since then researching and trying to make sense of all of this and I just can't. I get it, everybody has insecurities, but she's perfect to me and damn near anybody else who meets her, especially in the looks department. Yeah, there have been a few last minute outfit changes and some did I trim my eyebrows evenly, but nothing even close to what I saw last night. She is awake getting ready for her interview now and is moving around like zombie. She is not even close to present and hasn't said a word. I already plan on calling into work and cleaning up the kitchen, running her a bath, and just being for her when she gets back. Don't even get me started on the food. She has what I thought was a healthy relationship with food and tends to eat clean while indulging here and there. She seems to have had some sort of binge last night and I hope to God that her fixing how much she ate doesn't mean what I think it does. I am deeply concerned for her mental and physical health. Any advice is appreciated. Too long didn't read. Girlfriend had a stress-related breakdown and binged on a crazy amount of food, told me she hates herself, and now has completely shut down. Edit, to clarify, when I say reassure I do not mean only telling her that she is both today I fucked up. When I mentioned that I told her she had the interview in the bag, I told her how fantastic she was and that all her hard work was about to pay off. I now see that I summarized some parts of this a little too much and kind of sound like a dick that only appreciates the outside of his girlfriend. That is not the case. I love this girl inside and out and fully intend to marry her. I wouldn't spend the rest of my life with someone who is only outwardly attractive. That doesn't last. Edit, okay, I see that fucked up by failing to consider that she may be insecure about things other than her physical appearance. Noted. I get told that I'm beau today I fucked up constantly. It was the only compliment I received growing up. Because of that, I'm so insecure about how I look. Am I gaining too much weight? Losing too much? Is my hair okay? Fight _ am I gonna break out? The first few paragraphs are my worst fear, someone only noticing my looks, not mentioning my personality at all. She knows she's beau today I fucked up. Stop talking about it. Tell her how smart, strong and capable she is. And to add on to this, she needs to know that Top will still love her even if she loses that perfection. If she gains 10 or 20 pounds and maybe isn't fat, but isn't perfect anymore. Otherwise she will never have an incentive to get past the ed, and she will always be terrified to lose her current physique. She clearly meant to purge it when she said fix it. She is probably someone who binges and purges when she is stressed out, or perhaps on a regular basis. I see that you put a lot of emphasis on her looks and her perfect figure. If you think that comes naturally / easily, you are sadly mistaken. And telling her how beau today I fucked up she is only worsens an already problematic relationship she has with food. I'm not suggesting you are to blame for her mindset, but it will not help her at all to continuously remind her of how beau today I fucked up she is. She needs to know that she has value beyond that. That you would still want her, love her and desire her if she gained 20 pounds. Women who grow up beau today I fucked up usually have intense insecurity issues around the subject of their appearance because it's the only thing that they get frequent compliments on. Do you only compliment her on her looks? You wrote paragraphs about her looks and almost nothing about her or her personality. The world views her as an object, seems like you do too, and that's the reason a good majority of women end up with these issues. She needs support and love, not more pressure to be attractive in a society that tells women their worth is dependent on their looks. I can see how this train wreck happened. 1. Girlfriend becomes stressed due to interview. 2. Body decides it is okay to eat a little to cope with the stress. 3. Past eating disorder is awakened. As she eats, her self-esteem plunges. Then she becomes more stressed, then she eats more and more. The loop is awakened. 4. After recognizing what she has done, she mentally shuts down. You try to soothe her. Her self-esteem is at the bottom, so she does not take you seriously. First of all, today just hug her and tell her you love her. Allow her to cry on your shoulder. Don't tell her things like you look hot babe. Don't worry, you have hot 30. She right now thinks she is only worth something if she looks beau today I fucked up. Tell her that you love her no matter what, she is very precious, she is your love etc. Then talk about the job interview. Tell her that if she ever becomes stressed like she was last night, you can help her. She can be redirected to do other things. Maybe you can do other things together to calm during crises. Good spa day, massage, cuddling up, even reading books, watching favorite shows. Look, you say you have not noticed anything until now, so she is not at an advanced stage. If she was puking all the time, you would notice. Even magazine celebrities have problems with self-image. Self-image is often horribly incorrect. If you depend your worth on something as fickle as appearance, even your hourglass body and cherries, lips won't save you. Can you imagine you feel you will be left alone by everyone if you ever become 6/old? Prove her she is wrong. Hugging face her. My fiancé's friends debated about my sexuality while drunk. I'm 24M, fiancé is 26F. I'm bisexual. She was having a girls' night out sort of deal while half on Zoom call. I went out for the night. These weren't her closest friends, more childhood friends she and her sister had that she stays in touch with, although still friends. My fiancé told me today that the girls had started roasting her, then roasting me, and it eventually became a discussion about my sexuality. She was asked how it feels knowing I've sucked dick and they debated whether I've bottomed before among other things. One did a drunken impression of me getting fucked in the ass. She said she kind of half-heartedly waved them off and she felt guilty and wanted to tell me. I am so glad to have this kind of honesty in this relationship. Obviously I'm not upset at her at all, but she mentioned one of her friends who kept bringing the jokes back to my sexuality was one of her bridesmaids. She said she's kind of uncomfortable with her now. I asked if she still wanted her on the bridal party and she told me she just couldn't take her off. She already bought the dress, and I said we could reimburse her. She admitted to me this girl is a close family friend and everybody would think she's too sensitive. She told me her friend would tell her family and her family would give her shit for it. I know her family and she's right. Neither of us are too weak to stand up to them. It's just not worth the trouble at all. Any alternatives? Thank you. Edit. I just want to clarify, it's whatever if people make jokes about me. I don't really care. Certainly not the most offensive things I've heard in my life, although I will admit I'm not that crazy about the bridesmaid currently. It was that my fiancé said she was uncomfortable with her, and I don't want my fiancé to be uncomfortable on our wedding day. She could tell her friend that the things that were said about you, while in jest, were hurtful. She don't have to make a big stink out of it, but maybe you could just help enlighten her to how comments like that make you feel. If this woman is a bridesmaid, she is soon going to stand up with you as you commit yourself to your wife. It's a huge honor. You have entrusted her with the responsibility of standing up with you and your wife. She has made lewd comments about you instead. Your fiancé sounds like she doesn't really want her in the wedding party anyways. Who cares if people think you're sensitive? Sick the maid of honor on her. Tell her no gay jokes or she's cut. But in SRS, congrats and I hope you have a wonderful wedding and a happy marriage. Hugging face. What's the point of the maid of honor if she can't threaten the rest of the bridal party? /S. Thank you. We will. Heart. Heaps of things you can do to make her uncomfortable or educate her a little bit. Just because it's not worth kicking her off the wedding party doesn't mean you have to protect her from the consequences of her rudeness. In fact, why not have some fun with it? At the very least you could invite her over for dinner and once she's comfortable politely say I hear you have some questions about me sucking dick. Then kick back and watch her squirm. Would your girlfriend talk to the future bridesmaid and ask her if she really wants to be in the wedding after what she said and what she thinks? Give her an out and see if she takes it. My 28F cousin, 22F, admitted her parents told her and her sisters, 19F and 18F, to flirt with my husband, 29M, and steal him from me. There's been a lot of drama in my family recently, so I feel a little selfish for focusing on this, but I need to talk about it with someone. My cousin Mariam got disowned and kicked out of the house because she's pregnant. Our family are Muslim, so her dad is acting like she murdered someone right now. My parents took her in, so they're facing a lot of backlash from the family too. My parents asked me and my sister to visit her regularly to try and make her feel better, which we've been doing. I guess us being so nice to her made her feel guilty because she broke down crying yesterday and told me how she had tried to steal my husband, at the time fiancé, from me. She told me her parents encouraged her and her sisters to try and steal my husband away from me. They fed them a lot of BS to justify it. This happened 2 years ago, so her sisters were both minors at the time, 17 and 16. I'm incredibly hurt but also not surprised. My cousins were acting extremely weird after they found out about my engagement and my husband, to the point where my husband actually mentioned it to me. I didn't know how to react, so I just said, It doesn't matter right now, and sort of comforted her. Now that I'm away from her though, I just feel so angry. I've never treated my cousins or their parents badly, even though I disagree with a lot of the things they say and do. Yet they thought this was an okay thing to do to me. My parents expect me to come visit again soon, and I'm just dreading it. I don't think they need the added stress right now, and I don't know what would happen to my cousin if I told them what she told me. I really have no idea what to do right now, so I could use some words of wisdom. Too long didn't read. My cousin is pregnant and has been disowned/kicked out. She recently admitted her parents told her and her younger sisters to try to steal my husband from me during our engagement.